Hello, welcome to the Buddy and Marceau Convo. It's your favorite duo, Buddy Yellick and Master System Marceau, chatting about classic and modern video games. Remember the first time you sat down in an Outrun arcade machine? Or the countless hours you spent on Super Mario Bros. Stomping on Goombas? They are diving into the classics, sharing favorite memories, as well as looking at what's happening in the wide world of gaming news. And maybe even talking about some hidden gems we missed out on. So grab your gamepad, and let's press start on a journey back to the golden age of video games. Ready, player one? Let's go! Take it away, Buddy and Marceau.
Yes, I'm your host, Buddy Yellick, and this is my co-host, Master System Marceau. This is episode 1. Technically, the other one was episode 0, so...
Yeah, that is because I was confused. Like, episode 1, but wait, this is not the first one.
Yeah, because we didn't even know what we were really doing for the first one. Like, we were just kind of going over the format and stuff like that.
That's true.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you well. It's working.
All right. So yeah, like the format kind of works like this. It goes, what have we been playing? First, questions from the audience. What have we been playing? And a piece of gaming news, and then finally we talk about a game we've been both playing. So that is the format of this podcast. So,
yes, that's great.
So yeah, we can. Should we just start with questions from the audience first? I think we should.
Oh yeah,
let's do that.
Yeah, there you go.
So, anyways, I got here from. I got 3 questions from last time. We got Ed13R writes, pretty good first episode, guys. Question for you two. What's your opinion if Nintendo were to release their new system as a one-piece unit that can be docked and similar to most handhelds in the market? ? What would my opinion be of that? You understand that?
No, say that again. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting such a yeah. Say it again.
Okay. What's your opinion if Nintendo were to release their next system as a one-piece unit that can be docked and similar to most handhelds in the market? So basically, I think the question is like, what if Nintendo releases their next system and it's like Steam Deck, basically?
What? Isn't what the Switch already is?
Removable Joy-Cons. Yeah, well, the Switch has removable Joy-Cons, so I think that is the major difference. But obviously, Steam Deck is much more powerful and can play more games. So,
yeah.
I guess the question, but you can dock your Steam Deck and you could play it on a TV. I mean, right? I believe so. Yeah. So, what is your opinion? Do you think that'd be a good thing?
Yeah. I love my Steam Deck. I think I'm those Joy-Cons. I don't use them. To be honest with you, I've got 4 of these, the Pro controllers. So even if I'm playing on with 4 people, I'm gonna give 4 of those. Like I can't listen. I only have so much time in my life, And if I'm gonna play something personally, I want to play it the right way, the proper way. I'm gonna play with this. So the Joy-Cons, I really don't care. It would be better if they're not there, because if they were good quality, okay, I guess maybe it would be a conversation. But they're so junk, man. I mean, if you play super casually, I think that can help. But I've never had the use of them. I've played my Switch quite a lot, so yeah, I think that'd be good.
Yeah, I don't care for the Joy-Cons either. Yeah. So if it was something like that, that'd be cool, Yeah, I wouldn't mind if it was more like the Steam Deck or whatever, and you just could hook controllers up to it and didn't need Joy-Cons. I think the next, I don't know how that would work.
Yeah, I don't know, but I think we're gonna have, I think the next system we're gonna have the same as the Switch one. It's just gonna be more powerful, anyways. From what I've heard, they're gonna have Joy-Cons again, so I don't think that's a discussion. They're not gonna change a winning formula, In 2024, exactly. Whatever works, they're gonna stick with it. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll be just more of the same. Absolutely.
Yeah, more of the
Let's
same.
move on to the next question. Yep. Yeah. Let's move on to the next question. Great first podcast, guys. And my question would be, in the vein of Desert Island Discs, if you were both stranded on a desert island and you could take just one game's console with you, original hardware only, what would each of you choose and why? You'll be provided with adequate power via solar panel, TV monitor required, of course. So that's from Jamie.
Thank you for your question, Jamie. Well, I don't even need to answer that question. Everybody already knows my answer. I mean, that's pretty obvious. I mean, it's pretty obvious what I would take with me. Do I need to say it? I don't think I need to say it.
Yeah. Just take a Master System, yeah.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. What would you take?
I don't know what I don't know. Probably like my gut reaction is to say the Wii U, but I don't know. Yeah, probably like a console that could be everything. I guess the Wii U. You really could hack your Wii U, I guess, to play most things. And obviously it plays Wii and Wii U games, and there were so many great digital games on there. I don't know if those are included. So
no, man, you can say that. No, you're cheating there, because then I would take my PC and I can play the whole library of the world. No, you can't hack it. You have to take only the Wii U library. Oh no, that doesn't work.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a tough one, really. I
mean, yeah, but for me, it's not that tough.
I know. For me, I don't know. Super Nintendo. I'm just gonna say Super Nintendo.
A lot of people would say that, yeah, or Genesis. They're really good libraries. Yeah, because I wouldn't take a Saturn. I wouldn't take a Dreamcast. I think the 16-bit era and the 8-bit era is where you have the most big. I would say a Wii, a regular Wii though. You have so much games on the regular Wii, more than the Wii. Like Wii U doesn't have that many games. They're really good. What's there? It's really it's really good console. But compared to the Wii, dude, the Wii, there's so many games on the Wii, man. And I had it modded back then, and so you could have copies, and dude, I had like a folder with like 300 games. Like I haven't played 10% of them, of course, but like the lifetime of possibilities in there. I would have been my second. I think after the Master System, I would have said a Wii. If I had only one console. But.
Well, the thing about the Wii U is every Wii U has a Wii built into it. It's like there was a time where you could actually still buy Wii Virtual Console games on your Wii U. It's just before they shut down the Wii Shop channel in 2019. So.
Yeah, I guess
So, it's like it's a tough one because it's not really a really clear question, I guess, is it?
Yeah, because if you include backwards compatibility, then I would take an Xbox Series X. I have access to Xbox 360 games, OG Xbox games. That's also a lot of games, but I think that defeats a little bit the purpose of the question if you include the backwards compatibility catalog. I think it's more,
absolutely.
But for me it's the Master System. That's it. There's not even anything close that comes close to it. Maybe the Genesis comes somewhat close, but
the next question is it's from Coolity. Which 3 video game characters would you most want to go out to dinner with, and why?
Yeah. I'll let you answer that.
I really don't know. Oh my gosh.
You'd go to dinner with one person, you said. You have to choose to go to dinner with.
Oh, he said 3 for some reason. Why 3? I don't know.
3. You got many questions on there. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
Alpha Nerd said, "What's up, dorks?" What's up, Alpha Nerd? Feel the rant coming on. We are good, Alpha Nerd. How about you? I would go to dinner with Alpha Nerd. There you go. Buddy Yelek.
Yeah.
There you go. And who else?
Sonic the Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Oh,
If he was
man.
real, I would go with Sonic the Hedgehog, Shadow the Hedgehog first before Sonic. And Alex Kidd, no.
My son went to the farmer's. My son and I and my whole family, we went to the farmer's market, and there was a guy walking around dressed as Pikachu, and my son got a picture with him. So,
Alphander is asking what the question was. 3 people you'd go to dinner with, and why? That's the question. Yeah, if you have an answer for that, Alpha Nerd. I guess I'd say also Bruce Boxleitner, if anybody watched Babylon 5. Big fan of the guy. So yeah, I think that would be my answer. Put the chat here.
I don't have an answer. I don't have an answer at all. Honestly, it's such a weird question. Like, I don't.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Okay, so next up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So next up, we got gaming news. What's a piece of gaming news?
There's been quite a few things happening in the community. A lot of things I didn't care for. I think it was a little bit funny. What happened with Ubisoft there, where they got called out by the Japanese community. Usually I don't care about these issues, but
well, that was kind of. I thought it was funny when they were super mad and they sent like a thing to the Japanese government, and the government's like, "Yeah, we don't really care, honestly."
Oh no!
At the end of the day, it's historical fiction. You know, it's like nobody was angry because like Henry Ford. Was a member of the Assassins or was a Templar or something, and they gave Hitler power or something. Like nobody cared about that. But, no, we care about this because something. He's a samurai. He's not a samurai. It's like who gives a fuck, honestly? Like,
yeah, well,
this is historical fiction. It's fiction, fictional characters.
Okay, so this is good. This is good. Go ahead, finish. Sorry. Don't want to cut you off.
Fictional characters, man. I like. It's like. It's kind of like there's so much historical fiction out there. Like anybody who's getting their history from Assassin's Creed has bigger problems.
Okay, so this is a.
Come on now.
This is good. I brought this up because I might disagree a little bit with you there, and it's good not to agree all the time for the podcast. I think because so usually I don't care about these politic wars. Like I don't give a I don't give a rat's ass. But
culture wars.
Yeah, I don't care. But in this case, though, the Japanese people are not often represented, and I'm thinking to myself, if they were making a movie about Belgium, for example, and which is never represented, and they do it and they misrepresent it when they've always tried to be accurate historically. I would be pissed too, because the Japanese people seem to have been pissed to the point where a lot of politicians were tweeting about it and asking Ubisoft to cancel the game and stuff. And I think they try to do some pandering, and in this case, I don't think that was the right moment. You can do that if you do an American game, you have all the opportunities to do that. It's your culture, you do whatever you want. But I don't like when they tell other cultures how they should be thinking. Because like even in Belgium, nobody gives a rat's ass about these culture wars. People don't care there. Maybe it's changed, but when I left, nobody cared. Everybody was the same. We were all humans. Nobody cared, and the Japanese people they don't care either, I'm sure. And if you represent them, why modify their history, modify their Wikipedia page to tell these people how to think and what they should care about? I think Ubisoft I think they dropped the ball there personally. And again, usually I don't give a rat's ass, but
well, this isn't a new historical figure by any means. There's been like anime movies about this guy. He's not somebody who's
Yes.
new or anything by any stretch of the imagination.
No, but
plus I've heard this, but I've heard the other opposite. I've heard the total opposite is some people in Japan just totally didn't care, and then you also have some people who pretending to be Japanese like getting outraged and stuff like that. You see a lot of that going on.
Okay.
And
we did have a United States Assassin's Creed, but
12 years ago.
Yeah, but
yeah, it's all nonsense. Like it's meant to be, nothing. It's like you should never take your get your history from Assassin's Creed. It's just so much of it's just nonsense. It just uses that as a backdrop.
But the United States Assassin's Creed, it was fictional characters. They didn't modify the historical characters like George Washington and stuff. To me,
they did modify George Washington though.
Okay,
I thought.
Okay, I didn't know that. Because like to me, it's like if you made, for example, if you made an Assassin's Creed about Jeanne d'Arc, okay, Joan of Arc, as you say in English. Jeanne d'Arc, if you modify her story, I'd be upset, man. I would be like, no, man, like, you know what I mean? So, I don't know. I think it's not the end of the world, is what it is. I will not play it anyways. I'm not buying any Assassin's Creed game ever. I think the first one was good. The second one... The first few ones were good because there were some science fiction elements in them and an arc, a story arc going on. And I think now it's not there anymore, so...
I haven't played it in a really long time,
Yeah. So I just thought it was funny. Otherwise, what else has been happening for gaming news? I
was kind of excited. I made a video about it actually on the PK in the Universe channel about the Technos Super Pocket's going to be coming out, and there's going to be an Atari one as well. And and there was a little bit of controversy about that because there's going to be 2 games that are not available on either cartridge, but then there's going to be some games that aren't on the cartridge. How did I say that? I'm trying to remember how anyways, so there's some games that will not be on this Techno Super Pocket that were on the cartridge and some that aren't. So I think it's because Blaze Entertainment could not get the license to continue to make more cartridges of the Technos collection, but Technos was fine with them making a one and done handheld. I also think it gives like Blaze the opportunity to continue to use Technos stuff in their marketing. Because before, it wouldn't make sense to have kept it on there if they're not selling the cartridges anymore, because the cartridges are basically no longer in production. So that is why they're doing that. And I thought that was pretty interesting. So I don't know what your thoughts on that are.
I think that my problem is if when you explain me things like that, if it's become too complicated for me to even understand what's going on, it means that there is a problem. Why is it so complicated? Like, just release everything on cartridge. This is why you were there in the first place, instead of limiting things.
Money.
Yeah. But like it's
either they don't have the money or these guys are like, we don't want to do that again.
So me, I don't really care because I'm not gonna buy any console just because some games are locked to it. Like, I have access already. We all have access to all these games on PC, or if you mod your Sega Mini like Alpha Nerd does, or if you mod your NES Mini or whatever, like you can mod anything and play anything on your phone, on your freaking phone.
Yeah.
You can play any game you want, okay? So you can emulate it. Even on iPhone now. There's an emulator on iPhone now. Like, they're in business only because they were making cartridges the way we like physical media. Once you get out of that space, you're nothing. Why are they there then? So I think Blaze...
I don't know. I think they're just...
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think they really jumped in that arcade, that tabletop arcade or R-Top arcade they're making too. That takes Evercade cartridges. It's kind of more the exact same thing. Is they're just like, I can't tell if they're just you can't tell if they're just greedy or if they're just trying to stay afloat. And this is just easy, quick cash grab. I don't know. I don't pretend to understand their business model, but it could. Both of those things could be true, really. But yeah, I want to get one just because it's got River City Ransom on it. That's the only reason. If it didn't, I wouldn't even want it. But I just
Yeah,
have to have like 6 different play River City Ransom. That's about it really. But yeah, I think it's. I mean, and on like one hand, so there's a lot of people who obviously can't buy these cartridges anymore because they're out of production, or they can't buy them new anyways. So it gives them people an opportunity to get them, and this actually segues into the next topic, actually, because we're discussing on the podcast today Double Dragon, the Double Dragon trilogy on arcade, and we've played some other various Double Dragons. So that's what I wanted to discuss. So
yeah, but
it's a good segue into it.
that's a great segue. But first, let me tell you, you said you like it because of River City Ransom. How many ways you have access to play River City Ransom already? I can play it on my PC. I can play it on my Raspberry Pi. I bought it on Xbox, okay, because they sell it on Xbox in the Kunio Kun collection, whatever it's called. I have it on PS4.
Yeah, Switch.
I have it on Switch, and then I would need also to get it on Evercade. You know what I mean? Like I don't need that. You know, if you make a nice cartridge with the Kunio Kun collection, I might get it because I'm like, okay, on the rest, I don't have a physical media for this. I'd like to own it. Something that doesn't. I mean, those cartridges in 100 years will be bad, but like, I'd like to own physically. Okay, I get that. But I don't need another way to play River City Ransom. But whatever. Rant over.
You never have enough ways to play it.
Yeah. But
I have it on the Wii U, Switch, Evercade. What else do I have it on? Oh, I have, of course, I have a physical NES complete in box copy of it. So this is just a sixth way to play. Yeah, I love that game. It's an absolute blast.
Yeah, it's good. Well,
Yeah,
it's Double Dragon basically. Yeah.
sort of. It's Double Dragon esque. The big difference is it's an RPG beat 'em up. So you can go into stores and you
Yeah.
get like books and when you read these books, you learn new moves.
Yeah.
Like there's this one move. It's like Stone Fist, I think it's called. It's like just like a super fast punch, which is freaking fantastic, and just makes the guys a lot easier to beat. And you can really, yeah, basically you keep buying stuff to get more powerful. So when you get to the more difficult bosses, it's easier to win, basically.
Yeah.
One thing so, so what are your thoughts on the Double Dragon trilogy on arcade? Whichever way you played them, I played them on. Well, I played the first. I played 2 and 3 on Evercade, and then I played the first one on my hand. I had I have a R36S handheld. It's just kind of like it's like a Ambernick clone kind of system or whatever. But I was mostly playing them in handheld mode. But yeah, go ahead. Tell me what your thoughts are on the trilogy.
Yeah, I got a lot of thoughts. The I had, of course, to get used to the controls and how it works. I would say the first 2 games don't have a lot of depth in the movements you can do. However, they're fun. They are, and I get that if you want to play, especially if you want to play a couch co-op with a friend, it's easy to pick up and play. The arcade version, of course, you can put as many credits as you want, so you're not gonna game over. Whereas on NES, for example, you will most likely have a game over. However, on NES,
Yeah.
because I also looked into that, you have some sort of RPG elements, and you have to upgrade your attack. So when you start, you just have you can punch and that's it. And as you get XP, you can upgrade your character, and then you can do drop kicks and all this stuff, and it's pretty cool. So it's completely different than also the Master System version. So I did the speed run of the Master System version. I loved it, and I will come back to it. Because it's the Master System, so it's different because you cannot upgrade your character. So you start with all your abilities, and the graphics are really good, the controls are really good. It was criticized because the last level is hard, and it's brutal. it's really brutal on my system. But it's when you don't know that there is a trick. You have to jump and I don't know what it's called, tornado kick or something it's called. So you jump without going left or right. You jump standing still. You do a kick. You do 10 of those, and then you can have continues again. And the game like that is really easy to beat. You have unlimited continues like the arcade, but you have to know that trick. If you don't know that trick, you're gonna rage quit because the game is brutal. But as soon as you know the trick, the game is really good. It controls really well. It's 20 minutes to speed run. Speed run. I didn't really speed run it. I tried, but I'm not a pro at it. I just finished it in 22 minutes basically. But no, it's awesome. I know your thoughts on that, but yeah, if you wanna give some inputs, what were your thoughts on what you played?
Yeah, I had not played the first one until recently. I mean, I played the other two arcades, so I did like the first one. It seemed really short. I still hate the second one. I don't the controls of the second one, and this is true I think of the NES version as well. It's got those really weird controls where it's like you have to press a separate button for right kick and left kick and right punch, left punch. I think, yeah, and it's so, which is not how the first one and the third one is. You know, it's like you would push whichever way on the direction pad you wanted to go, left kick or right kick, you know, as you push the button. So that just irritates me, and I could just never get used to it. It took me forever to beat it felt like it took a little longer to beat the second one, but it was just like I was getting killed a lot more, it felt like, than I did on the first one.
Yeah.
You know, but again, it's nice that you got infinite continues because, you know, it's just credits. You just keep putting credits in. I played the third one. Half of the time I played it on my Super Pocket here. And then the other half, actually, I decided, you know what? I want to finish this game up here. I finished it today because I still hadn't finished it. And then I invited my son Jack with me, and we went and played it on the Evercade VS. And it was a lot more fun with two people. These games definitely are way more fun with two people because Billy and Jimmy, you get together and you can do that cool like spin kick where you're like locked with arms with you. Yep. I feel like Double Dragon 3 gets a lot of hate, and a lot of it's kind of undeserved because it was so different from the first two. And like you said, yeah, the first two don't have a lot of depth. It's just, you know, mindless punching kicks. But yeah, I really dig the third one. I know it's a lot of people don't like that one, but I think that's my favorite one.
Yeah, me too. Same. Well, the people don't realize Double Dragon story takes place in a post-apocalyptic world. So you're gonna have weird stuff going on. But not only do you have genetically modified adversaries, you also have aliens. You have an underground world. In Double Dragon 3, like it goes all over the place. I really loved it. And I was in the last stage and I was still discovering new abilities that I didn't realize I had. And then you have shops as well in that one. It's got so much depth if you want to play it right. You know, I played it casually. I don't know half of what you can do in that game. But I really loved my time with it. I'm going to come back to it for sure.
Absolutely.
And by the way, I want to come back on 2 because you mentioned that you have a button to push left to to attack left, a button to attack right. However, if you play the Steam version, the Double Dragon trilogy, they modified that. So there you have the button like in one. Yeah, they took that away. So it really depends which version you play. And I think if you might play NES or whatever, it might be different too. I don't know, but yeah, the ports really change from one to the other. So, but yeah, because I don't think anybody likes that. But I got used to it though. I did it on arcade via MAME, and I got used to it. And yeah, I finished it. My speedrun has been verified, and yeah, it's good.
Nice.
Yeah, but I will say. I also tried Double Dragon Gaiden. I was trying to get you to play with me before another time, but oh my gosh!
Yeah, maybe another time.
I love that game so much, dude. It was so good. Because I had heard many people criticize it because of the art style, but if you can get past it, dude, all the upgrades are great. So the levels, I was coming close every time to die, and so if you die with your two characters, you have to start over basically. You have only one shot to do it. But every time I was like at the limit of dying, and then I made it through. So it was really satisfying, and I just calculated right, just difficulty, just aimed right for people. And all the abilities are really good. The music and everything, the story. I thought they did such a great job on it. And those who made it as Arc Systems, as the people that own Double Dragon 2, I thought it was Digital Eclipse because it looks like TMNT Shredder's Revenge a little bit, but no, it's not them. It's Arc Systems, and I really loved it. You got to get past the art style, people. It's really worth it. So just wanted to say that. Then that I also wanted to say I went back to playing Streets of Rage recently, and I will say,
oh nice.
I will say I'm playing the one Master System, and I replayed the second one on Genesis yesterday. As much as I like Double Dragon, yes, Double Dragon is good, but I'm sorry, Nintendo people, Streets of Rage is the GOAT. You for me, I'm sorry what anybody says.
It's much better.
Streets of Rage 1 and 2, both 1 and 2 are the absolute best beat 'em up ever made. I love the TMNT beat 'em ups as well, and some others, but Streets of Rage 1 and 2, I don't care what anybody says. For me, it's the controls, the music, everything is out of this world. But I do like Double Dragon for how easy it is to pick up and play, and there are some death once you get past the first steps that are really fun to learn, and the universe, like the post-apocalyptic thing, I really like that also. So I think that's pretty cool. I'm a huge sci-fi fanatic. So that may be, now that I know the lore of Double Dragon, I'm more into it as well than I used to be, quite a bit. But yeah, just in general though, for me it doesn't beat Streets of Rage 1 and 2, but it is also really good. Like I say, Streets of Rage 1 and 2 are 10 out of 10 on the beat them up scale. I would say Double Dragon is maybe 8 out of 10, I would say, as a franchise.
I would say more like 7 out of 10 if it was me, but
yeah.
Yeah, it's like I've always liked the Double Dragon. A lot of it's nostalgia related of why I like Double Dragon. I spent in the game I play that another game I revisited was Double Dragon 2 on the Game Boy. As I actually have that. I actually have the physical version, but I was playing it on my handheld, and I forgot how. Now that's a game that's really, really simplistic. I mean, even more simplistic than the first two Double Dragons on arcade. And of course that was originally a Kunio-kun game as well. I want to say they just modified the sprites, I want to say, or something, but. Yeah, I really enjoyed that one. And if you really like the Double Dragons with a sci-fi element, I definitely would recommend Battletoads and Double Dragon actually as well. I had that one as a kid, actually. I had the NES version, and I do have an NES copy of it. I actually prefer the NES version over the Super Nintendo version, even though it's kind of unpopular. But yeah, that one's another one that's really good. If you like. I think it's better than the first Battletoads game, at least. At the very least, I think it's better than that, actually. So, yep.
Yeah, I've never played any Battletoads game yet, but yeah, I do want to try at some point. But I know, like, the main Battletoads game is super hard. That would be a good challenge, but
so hard.
And it's gonna take me a while to learn. So, but I love challenges, so that is why I'm Super Mario Sunshine is my favorite Mario. Like, people that don't agree with me are just wrong. and that's it. Because it's the hardest, man. All the others are easy, you know.
Yeah.
But that one is hard. It will make you pay if you don't try, you know. But
Absolutely, yeah.
but yeah, no. And I think we should do that more for the podcast. Like, you know, try to learn a game or a franchise. But even if it's just one game and talk about it, you know, I think that's a good thing to do. That would be a good idea for the podcast. By the way, moving on forward, I was saying that was a good discussion piece, and yeah, that'd be good to do that again. You know, figure out a game you want to play and then talk about it. That was fun for me because it pushed me really to play all. I mean, as much as I could of the Double Dragon games. To be able to talk about it, because I don't like talking about games like I barely played. I hate that. Like personally, and
Yeah.
you know, I was telling you the other day. Personally, if I watch a review, like I'm sorry, I'm gonna drop a name here. Whatever. If people think it's drama, it's not. It's just talking about games. But there's somebody who reviewed Alex Kidd DX and played it on stream for a few minutes, and then he was like, Alex Kidd review, does it suck, or something like that. And he trashed the game, but I know the game very well, and he did not try to figure out how to play it. This is not a game that you learn in an hour. You have to figure out quite a few things, like the power-ups, how they work, the question mark blocks, what do they do, what's their pattern, and what else do I want to say? Well, there's quite a few things to figure out in Alex Kidd. And GameSack trashed it without figuring out. I left a comment there and they apologized to me, but the video is... They're not going to change it, right? And another person that I don't I don't like since that moment was 8-Bit Eric, because yeah, he trashed the game without figuring it out. It was such an awful stream, and I was so disappointed. So, you know, I don't want to ever do that personally, you know. Yeah, no, I'm glad that was good that we did that. Sorry,
yeah, it's always nice to talk about these kind of games.
Yeah. No, that's. I think that's the point of having a gaming channel, you know.
Exactly, it's to talk about games that you've played.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Absolutely.
Exactly. Because no, but you say that, but there's some people, as you know, that are going to talk about the games they have on their shelf and that are taking dust, and they're going to just show collection videos, you know, which is fine. People like that. It's totally fine, but it's not what I'm here for. You know.
Yeah.
Totally fine to collect.
Who doesn't love a pickups video?
Yeah, I have.
There's so many collector channels.
Yeah, I have a few, and sometimes I like that, but you know, I don't watch that a lot. Sometimes I do one, but you know, it's interesting. Like a game room tour is nice and stuff, but you know, not all the time. The problem is on YouTube. There's too many of those channels. To be honest with you, so many of them. You know,
yeah.
You don't know what to watch anymore. Like everybody's doing their pickups and game tour. Like it's too many of them. You know.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with anybody, honestly. So I just don't even try anymore. It's like if something just really sparks my interest, I'm like, ooh, I got to see this. But for the most part, yeah, it's a struggle to watch all the gaming channels with the pickups and game room tours. I did a game room tour. It was like last year, and the video's already out of date. So I mean,
yeah, but it's nice to know.
That's the thing about a game room tour. You could do lots of them. Yeah.
No, it's great to do one, but I'm not, you know, saying that. But it's just, it's too many of them, and for me, it's like I've been overloaded with that type of content because, you know, I used to follow a few channels that I was watching religiously. Like, well, now he stopped making videos, but like Sega Head, I used to watch him religiously. But at some point,
I remember him.
Yeah, at some point, like I was watching less because I'm just been assaulted with all these let's play videos everywhere, and yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just yeah. He made a video, by the way, this week. Maybe he'll be back. That would be good.
Yeah, it's always nice to take a break for sure. That's kind of what I've been doing with my PK in the Universe channel. It's kind of I I don't know, man. It's just like I haven't felt like making videos lately, and
Yeah.
it's like it. And yeah, I'm a monetized channel, but I don't. Man, I make like what, $5-10 a week just from continuous ad revenue from the videos I've made, and it's like it's not a big deal. It's not a life-changing thing making YouTube videos. Like it's fine, and
It pays you a coffee every week. A free coffee from YouTube.
and
You back?
lost you again.
I was saying it
Yeah.
pays you a free coffee per week from YouTube.
Exactly. At the end of the day, this isn't life-changing. People act like, oh man, you're a YouTuber making money off YouTube. It's like, bruh, it's like selling one thing on eBay every month or something. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
I enjoy making it's like if I'm not, it's the summertime. I've been enjoying my life. I took my son to a NASCAR race. We went to a water park this summer, and did a bunch of different things. We going out and doing things and just living my best life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's just like, my YouTube channel will still be there, when I'm ready to come back, but I just haven't been feeling it, and I feel good. Because there was a time when I was like, you just got to keep grinding, and then you finally get to a certain point, and you're just kind of like, you know what? Maybe I need to take it easy, and that's kind of where I'm at with YouTube. So
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with that. Yeah.
Yeah, I support you 100%. I mean, our personal lives comes first. This is just a hobby for us. Me, I'm just having fun with it. I'm not monetized on YouTube yet. I need 1,000 subscribers. I don't know if I'll ever get there. I don't care if I don't get there. I really don't. Because me, it's just YouTube is just to like make backups of my videos. It's like a portfolio for my my speed runs and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't care to be monetized there. And my main channel is Twitch now anyway, so this is where I'm mostly, and that's gonna stay like that. YouTube is always gonna be just secondary to me, so I don't think I might not ever get monetized there. I don't know. Even if I reach 1,000 subs, and I don't, because I don't care. But
Yeah, it's the
Twitch,
watch time that always gets everybody. Yeah, it's easy to get subs. The watch time, it's like you have to make these long videos.
Yeah.
A lot of videos that just continuously get views. It's tough.
Yeah. I don't care for $5.
Twitch is much more probably easier to get monetized on.
Yeah, for $5 and the drama on YouTube and all that. I'm might as well not even do it. Even if I'm eligible, I don't think I would. We'll see. I don't know. Maybe I'll change my mind. But on Twitch, I'm doing good though. Twitch is good. I don't know if they take less cut or what, but I am monetized on Twitch and it's doing pretty well. And I put everything to a minimum. By the way, you can choose how much people watch not video, advertisements and stuff. I put everything to a minimum so that people don't have to go to suffer through too many ads. But even then, it's nice. People come to the stream a lot. They enjoy watching the games that I showcase. So it's pretty good. Yeah, it's really different. Like a podcast like we're doing right now, we'd have a lot of people commenting on YouTube because on YouTube they like that type of content. On Twitch, they don't care for this. They just want to watch gaming. Like right now, we're talking, right? And there's not many people watching, to say the least. But if we were on YouTube, there would be.
Mm-hmm.
On the other hand, if I was gaming right now, there would be quite a few people watching. You know what I mean? It's two different, totally different communities. It's funny. But since I'm
Absolutely.
just gaming,
I like to avoid the drama. It's like, I don't need the drama. Yeah.
There's none of that on Twitch or Rumble or Kick or whatever other weird platform people are. It's just the drama that's a YouTube thing. That's 100% a YouTube thing, and YouTube lets it go. Mm-hmm. Their terms of service are ridiculous. They don't enforce anything. So people are
no, they really don't.
Free to trash each other. You gotta know what you're getting in yourself into when you're on YouTube. Honestly, that would be my advice for someone who starts. Mm-hmm. You gotta get involved into some drama, because that's part of YouTube. But if you don't want that, that's fine. Just go on Rumble, on Twitch. There's none of it. I mean, very little. There is, of course, a little bit, but
exactly
not much.
Just a little everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, but
not like YouTube. Much. YouTube just is crazy. Yeah.
On Twitch, if you do something, you're gonna get banned. They're gonna ban your phone number, your IP address, and everything. You're gonna be blacklisted. So, and they go quick about it. So it's different, man. Different world.
Oh yeah.
You play by the
rules. YouTube's like the Wild West by comparison.
Yeah.
I remember when like before YouTube had streaming, and then they decided to implement streaming into YouTube, and I swear it changed the entire culture of YouTube. Because there were people who never were on YouTube, or always doing streaming on YouTube, and all of a sudden now they're streaming on YouTube, and it changed everything. It wasn't like there wasn't this giant incentive to have hour-long videos on YouTube, and now you have a lot of that. There's so many streams, and it's hard to what's a stream and it's a re-upload of a stream, and it's like, that's not the whole point of a stream. To me, is to view it live. I mean, that's the fun of it, being part of the community aspect of it. So it's like when you see these re-uploads of a stream, it's like I mean, some people. That's the funny thing, though, is that's how you get ad revenue, is people rewatching your streams on YouTube. It's just a totally different animal than Twitch, whereas Twitch wants to see you have an audience live. That's how Twitch works. It's not about, they watched a stream from 3 days ago. No, it's like they want you to be live on Twitch. Yeah. It's just a totally different world over there. Yeah, absolutely.
No, Twitch, it's just live. You can do highlights of stuff you've done live, but if you haven't been live, you cannot upload a video on Twitch. You just can't. It's different. YouTube, it's just I don't take it seriously. I think it's better not to. I think it's and I've had my piece of drama last year, so I'm like, I was drama out. How do you say that? Like, I had enough for a lifetime. I'm like, I don't want to deal with that anymore. I don't comment on it anymore. I don't.
Yeah.
This is the past for me.
No point.
People that
absolutely.
Are hoping,
there's no point.
The people that are hoping that I'm gonna do it again, they can forget. I'm not doing that. I'll let other people do that. But yeah, I don't know why we went on a tangent here, talking about this, but
yeah.
It's fine. We're going all over the place with our podcast.
Absolutely. It's just for fun, it's just two guys talking about video games. Exactly. We're not taking it too seriously. Just having fun here. No. So
we have the semblance of a format, and then we destroy it.
Absolutely. That's the way to go.
Yep. It's like this. I was drinking coffee, and I'm drinking sparkling water. Like, what is that? All over the place.
Nixie, the official sponsor of Master System Marceau.
I wish they'd sponsor me. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that stuff's good. I that would be awesome. Honestly, that would be like very cool. I love that water. I'd be like, yeah, I totally bought this water just because of Marceau. Actually, you actually were the one who introduced me to it, as I had never heard of it before. Yeah. And then I tried some of it, and I'm like, oh, this is actually a lot better than most of the sparkling waters I've had before, actually.
Yeah.
So,
and it's good for your health.
And that I can't. Yeah, I was talking about the. I don't know if you heard the part where I was talking about the Nixie water.
Yeah, I heard the beginning of it.
Yeah. Okay. So the thing about that Nixie water is like the what's it, black cherry lime. It tastes almost like Dr Pepper. Yeah,
That's the one. Yeah.
it's as closest to to water and Dr Pepper as you'll get. Yep,
Yeah.
that one. But I don't have anything else.
Yeah.
Do you have anything else?
Yeah. No, I think it's gonna be good. For just an FYI for people now, I am playing sometimes on OG hardware. I have my Master System hooked up to a RetroTink 2X. So, and the RetroTink 2X goes to my LCD TV. I'm not playing on CRT though. I'm never gonna play on CRT. It's never happening. I don't care. My LCD TV has low latency.
Yeah.
And this is OG hardware, so this is very low latency setup. And I also have my analog Mega SG, which, by the way, if you have it set up on an LCD TV with low latency, the analog Mega SG itself does not have a latency. People are wrong about that. Not to mention him, but Megaden was talking about the Mega SG that had latency. That is because you are playing on a TV that has your LCD TV has latency. The latency is not from the Mega SG. So yeah, I have those two things, and they work number freaking one. Especially the Mega SG, to be honest. I do like the Master System, but that's for the nostalgia. I like it, and it's really nice to see the blurry image and all. But yeah, my Mega SG is my number one thing I think I'm gonna be using. But yeah, sometimes I play on this as well, so that's pretty cool. I uploaded a Street of Rage 2 speed run with Blaze that's made with the original Master System. So I'm pretty ecstatic about that. Pretty proud of it. That I finally can play on OG hardware. So I just wanted to say that.
Yeah, awesome. Playing on OG hardware is the best sometimes. Sometimes
Yeah.
the old ways are the good ways.
The feeling.
I don't blame you for not wanting to play a CR.
The feeling of it is insane. But so the problem is with the Master System, and I forgot to mention that, it's the most important thing actually, why I will not be playing on the Master System most of the time, is because the pause button is on the console itself. So for example, when you play Jurassic Park, to change weapon, you have to go push the pause button on the console. So you have to get off of your chair, push the button there. For Streets of Rage, to call the cops to help you, you have to go pause the console, push the button there. So if you're in the middle of a fight on PC or on Amiga SG, I press a button on the controller to do pause. Here I have to be like, while I'm fighting, I have to get off my chair, press the button, try not to die while doing that, and then I can call the cops. So that's a little bit to speedrun and play like competitively. It's a little hard, but if you don't have
that's a nightmare.
Yeah, but if you don't have use for the pause button in your game, so because most games don't have a need for that, except you're gonna pause a game. But if it doesn't have a functionality, then you're fine. But if your game has a functionality for the pause button, then you're kind of screwed, you know. One of my viewers were saying yesterday, well, move the console closer to you. Yes, but even then, it's still, if you're in the middle of a fight and it's intense and you don't want to waste time and you have to still bend over, you're probably gonna die, you know. So that's the problem. But anyways,
absolutely. Yeah, that's
still fun though. Still fun.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that looks like fun. Yeah, absolutely. Playing the old way. I don't blame you for not wanting a CRT. Mine needs to be recapped, so I'm probably just gonna end up throwing it out eventually when I find something better to replace it. But yeah, either that or I'll just buy a RetroTink or one of some. Of course, I would miss light gun games, but how often do I really play light gun games? But whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, everybody. Yeah.
The retro thing, the image that it gives is it's insane. You know, you're gonna have it. It's the same as if you hook the console straight to your composite port, but the problem is the TVs these days, they don't have composite ports anymore. So get the retro thing. Don't get the 5X, get the 2X. It's enough. It's like $100. It's not that expensive.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not even, I think. I paid less than that. It's not that expensive, and it's totally worth it, man. It's insane. It's really good. Yeah.
All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that was a
yeah, I really gotta get
good stream. So thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for.
Yeah, thanks everybody. Yep, thanks everybody for coming out. Yeah, make sure to check out Master System Marceau on Twitter and YouTube and Twitch and all those places. And yeah, and if you want to check out my other YouTube channel, PK in the Universe, sure, why not? So anyways, and check out this Buddy Yellick channel here on my Buddy Yellick channel on YouTube. Maybe I'll start posting some more videos on that at some point. Maybe I'll do a live stream tonight. Who knows? But anyways, yeah.
You need to speed
So that's all we got for today. Yeah.
At some point.
Gotta get a proper setup. Yeah. Yep. So anyways, thanks everybody for watching and coming to the stream. Yep. Take it easy. Bye.
Bye.